120s. So I really like this exercise because it hits a part of your back that just never gets worked, the lower trapezius. For some reason, a lot of people with chronic pain just seem to have very weak lower trapezius muscles. It may be kind of a prolonged strain issue, posture issue, who knows? Doesn't make too much of a difference because we're here to actually work on it. So for our exercise, we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to seat ourselves at a table or a desk and keeping our sternum up and our spine straight and our arm. So I tell you what, let's do Johnny's right arm. So we need his left arm first. He's going to put it here, nice 90-degree angle, and he's just going to hinge forward. Notice he didn't kind of go into crazy flexion of his kind of thoracic spine. Make sure before you start, you're comfortable. You know, you might have to pull your arm back. You might want to turn this out a little bit. Just get in a comfortable position so that you're angled. Make sure your head isn't down. Make sure it's back. Your neck and your spine's in a nice neutral position. And more importantly, that you're comfortable. Now, hand position is a very specific position. We don't want to be straight out in front of us. Equally, we don't want to be too out to the side. Okay? We want to be in a happy medium between the two. Think of the old kind of YMCA. We want to be in that Y position. Okay. Now the lower traps, well, actually, muscles have rules. They can only contract in the direction that the fibers run, and for the lower trap muscles, they run diagonal. Okay. So when we do this exercise, I want you to keep in mind that diagonal angle. Okay. I'm going to put my hand on Johnny's shoulder blade, and his shoulder blade needs to come and follow this diagonal line. So if you do a few reps, Johnny, and I would also say stick your thumb out. Remember, try not to use your elbow or anything like that. It's coming from the shoulder. If you've got somebody at home to help you, have them put their hand here, and they can be the tactile cue. Okay, so you're going to need another person, ideally, to be the tactile cue. But don't worry too much if you can't find somebody who can do this without a tactile cue. Okay. More importantly, when you're doing it, try not to do what Johnny just did there, where after a few reps, hands started to sneak in. Okay, keep that angle. Equally as well, when you do it, ensure you don't protract out or excessively retract your shoulder blade before doing the exercise. I would also say as well that there's a difference between passive and active range. If Johnny just relaxes his arm, that's his passive range. I can just passively pull him into this kind of very good shoulder flexion. However, if he was to do it himself, we call it active range. And what you might find is that if your shoulders aren't that good, passively you might be able to get there, but actively you might get stuck about here. So if that is the case, to help you get better shoulder functioning, get somebody to help you. Okay, get them to passively pull you up, and then what I want you to do, Johnny, is to hold that. So this is an isometric hold, okay? But as Johnny lowers the arm, this is what we call an eccentric movement, okay? You're actually stronger in this down movement than you are in the up movement, okay? So you can instead of just doing 1, 2, repetitions like that, you could have somebody up. Are you ready? Here, first rep. And you come down nice and slow, and then you relax. You ready? Second rep, and you can do it like that. So, as far as exercises go, 120s are definitely one of my favorite for getting those shoulder blades to work properly. Have fun.